All right, howdy everybody. We have quite a bit to go over today, I think. Sometimes the way I talk is a lot shorter than I think it will be. Sometimes it's a lot longer, so we'll find out which today. Let's get this up on the screen in the lobby here. And I will say we had issues yesterday with some presentations on the lobby screen. So if that happens today, we'll call an audible and do what we got to do to make things work and get through it. So, hey, Charity. Hi, good to see your face. Hey, everybody. We got Sue on here and Abby on here. Abby's on her way. Her husband made her late. And next time we see Adam, we can chastise him. And we got Carolyn holding down Fort Smith for us and Bentonville joining us. So Bentonville, while you were greeting each other, we found out that we can actually hear really well on the audio microphone as long as you speak up. So when we ask you at the end of the meeting what you liked, just speak up and we'll be able to hear you this time. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. And get us started. So we have a new segment for every meeting. Dude, do you even know how to drive? And I've got a little video here for you guys.
What's the name of the slide? It's handles. What in the world was that?
Awesome. So did you know that a pre-list packet is ready for you? It's in the drive. If you go to seller meeting docs, the first thing you'll see is pre-list or info needed at listing. And if you print these things out in color and put them in a folder or envelope, or even a paper clip with your card on it, you will appear far more professional than any other agent that they're planning on interviewing. If you include a copy of the seller docs with that, then all of the perfection people that you work with will think that you care about them. And they'll be right. You did. You took time to care about them. You dropped that off a day or two early so they could have a look at what we would be talking about in our meeting. And it made them feel like you know what you're doing. So fantastic resource. It has 184 things your realtor does for you, the magic wand offers so they can understand what a contract looks like and does for them. The property feature sheet that says, I want to know about your property. I want to be up to date on it so I can get other people up to date on it. Getting your home ready to show is information where they can just walk through the house and make sure that they've got done what they need. Your guide to selling your home takes them through the start to finish of the process, and the seller info sheet to gather all of their information for closing. That helps you because a lot of that will be ready when you get there if they're the right personality. So dropping that off is a wonderful thing. Did you know that was in the drive? I'm getting nods of yes. Good. Use it. It's wonderful. Okay. Today's class is the value proposition. 6% listings for 10% service. That's a great attitude. Who knows the golden rule? Anyone? Golden rule? Malia says, treat other people the way you want to be treated. That is not what we want to do. I'm getting looks. We want the platinum rule. What's the platinum rule?
Treat others as they want you to treat.
As they want to be treated. That's right. So the platinum rule, we want to give 10% service and charge less for it. What is value? Come on, ninjas. What is value? Value is perceived by how much you get versus how much you give for it, right? When you're hungry, it's worth it to you to spend money on food. You ever been to a restaurant and the food came out and it was terrible and you ate it anyway and paid for it and didn't say a thing? It was more important to you to get full than your money. It was more important. So we want to give amazing service for a value that they perceive is just hands down incredible. That's hard to do. That's hard to do. What value do you bring for listing a home? Let's talk about that. Let's talk about what it takes to sell a home right now. What does it take to get a listing under contract right now? Okay, Sloan said, put a sign in the yard. Is that accurate to the question? Absolutely. Anything else? What does it take? iPhone pics. Click, 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 walk through, slap it up on the MLS. If you take iPhone pics right now, put a sign in the yard and slap it up on the MLS and it's under 300,000 and it's a 3 or 4 bedroom, 2 bath or more, red brick, are you going to have multiple offers? Everybody's like, absolutely, absolutely. But you could get better offers. Okay. If you do what? How?
Do more than just putting a sign in the yard and snapping iPhone pics. You bring a professional presentation, you take the extra time to go through the documents and the magic wand offer and things like that in professional photos. People are going to look at it and that first impression is going to draw them to them.
Okay. So create a great first impression, take the time to go through all of the steps and listing docs with the seller. Take the time to get professional photography so it looks great and brings the best buyers. How long does it need to be on the market? An hour. I mean, it needs to be on the market an hour. How long to maximize your profits? So what we want to know is, do you believe homes go for a fixed price? Or do you believe we can add value to the public with the right methods and advertising? That's a question to pose to your sellers, isn't it? Do you believe homes sell for a fixed price? What sells for a fixed price? Toothpaste, right? Milk. Anything with a price tag on it in Walmart sells for a fixed price, right? And when we first started seeing things happening in this market, where people were bidding above asking, and then their neighbor listed their home with me, and they said they got a full price offer, and they said, no, we want to wait. Guys, that still rubs me wrong. I'm still just like, are you freaking kidding? It's the only offer we have in hand. And you're saying no to getting what you asked for. It's like a bad marriage, right? What do you want to eat? Steak. Okay. here's the steak. I don't like this. I wouldn't know anything about that. I wouldn't know anything. So what happened with that was we started changing our verbiage in the MLS. This property is going to be on the market for this amount of time. We're going to respond to offers at a later date. And now agents aren't as frustrated with their sellers because if we get multiple offers, we're giving time for that to happen. Make sense? Okay. So do you believe then, and in explaining that, like a seller may not understand that's what's going on. So there's our story. When the market first started turning into a frenzy, we would get full price offers and sellers weren't taking them because they knew of other people that were getting multiple offers and they wanted to wait and see if that was something that could happen. It may or may not happen, but they wanted to wait. They wanted to give it time. That is a great example of using the right methods to get more value for your home, right? So what's new? Why am I saying we're going to do something different? We're going to do something amazing. You're going to love this because that's what everybody's waiting for right now. That's why Travis is here. So behold, the 2-week listing presentation, preparation. If you believe homes do not sell at a fixed price, why are we rushing to get them on the market? Why are we running as fast as we can? Why? Anyone? What if the market shifts overnight? What if it changes? Well, a buyer's going to back out of the contract anyway, right? It's FOMO. It's fear of missing out. And most of the time it's ours and not theirs. I got to get this on the market as quick as I can. Malia, when's your next, I got to get you out here. I got to get you out here. She's going to tell you when she can come anyway. She's not going to get pushed like that, but we've got to prep these listings. We want a couple weeks before this goes on the market because we want to maximize your profit. Well, if the seller says, no, I want it on tonight. Okay. I'm going to put the sign in the yard. I'm going to put the lockbox on the door. I'm going to take pictures with my iPhone. We're going to get it on tonight. And we're probably going to be getting offers. I don't think those are going to be maximizing your profit. But that's your choice. They're like, nope, we just want to go. Let's go. Fine. However, what happens with that? They close. You're at the closing table. They thank you. They leave. And do they ever refer you? Maybe, maybe not. Chances are lower to get that referral. Now we can think of getting that sign up, getting our iPhone pics. Do iPhones take great pics? Absolutely they do. Man, yeah, it's amazing. Where's my phone? There it is. I'm just going to send this out on our Facebook thread because I had a client say, we got to have it gone, get it up. And no open houses, no nothing. We just knocked it out. We did put it on the market for a little bit and got everybody to see it that wanted to, but check that picture out. It's coming through Facebook Messenger now. Is that a decent listing photo? Right? So I framed it correctly. You can see that the lines of the wall to the left lines up with the side of the phone. It's not a professional photo, but it represents the house in a good way, doesn't it? It does. Can you do that? Get it done and get it out there? Absolutely. Is it gonna maximize the seller's profit? No way. No way. It's not. It takes time to do that. So what do we do? This is your bullet point list because that's how I like to talk. Number one, we're going to order an inspection. We're going to order an inspection because what's killing deals right now? But what if the inspector, before we list it, what if the inspector finds things that we don't want to disclose? They're going to find it anyway. If you were buying a home, would you buy a home without an inspection? Neither will the next guy, neither will your buyer. So we're going to pre-inspect. When we get that inspection in, we're going to get those repairs done. And then we're going to show receipts for the repairs. We're going to provide a copy of the inspection, and we're going to have a very committed buyer, right? So that inspection before the listing, how many people here, if you had, let's say 5 folks show up and say, we want to list our house. I'm meeting with an investor and he wants to list 15 homes. 15. We get that out there and we get that done. I don't know if it's going to happen or not. I'm meeting with him, you know. We get that done and we get that out there. And I say, Smith and Associates offers to pay for your inspection. Well, let's get all 15 out there. Where's that money going to come from? Anybody have 15 inspections money sitting around doing nothing? If you do you want to spend it on that? So what we're doing, Smith and Associates is offering to pay up front for the home inspections for listings and be reimbursed at closing or termination by either the agent or the seller. I'm going to say it again. Smith and Associates is offering to pay for the inspections up front and be reimbursed at closing or termination by the listing agent or seller. Nobody yelled, hallelujah, hallelujah. Now, I thought that would get a reaction, man. Everybody's going,
We're shocked.
okay, okay. Now, we want to be a team, right? Okay, to be a team, we've all got to get skin in the game, right? If you have a teammate next to you that's not willing to get scraped up a little bit during the game, you don't really want them next to you. To do this, what we need to do is we need to create a deposit account. Collectively, we're going to come together. Each agent will build their account up to $1,000. This will empower us to do a lot more than just the inspections eventually. So we are asking that the agents deposit $1,000 with Smith and Associates to participate in this program. That's a lot of money for a lot of people. I get it. What I want to add to that is that you can do that over a 4 transaction period. When you have a closing, you can opt to put $250 in until you get to $1,000. Our goal is to help your families, not hurt them. Okay, so we will build that up to $1,000 deposit for each of you. When new agents come in, they're going to be told it's $1,000 deposit to work here. That is not at all uncommon. Not at all. I believe KW does it. Do they have a deposit?
They don't.
They don't? Okay.
They just bleed you, yeah.
They what?
They just bleed you along the way.
They have a monthly fee for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that doesn't go to your inspections or and also is never returned to you. So Yeah.
Office space.
Office space, yeah, but you aren't allowed to use. So inspections, pre-inspections, what is the benefit? What is the benefit of having an inspection prior to listing? Let's start naming them out.
It's a lot of peace of mind.
Peace of mind.
You know what you're getting into, both sides.
Both sides know what they're getting into. We've had the home inspected. We found out there's hail damage on the roof. Our insurance is going to cover it. We don't even have to have the new roof now. We just have to have the written proof that insurance is covering it and that it's scheduled. New roof coming, will be installed prior to closing if 30-day close. If not, will be installed after closing. What was that?
Nope.
That was interesting. So peace of mind. Let's say that they find out that there is a foundation issue. Do we want to know that during a transaction? No. What's going to happen if that's in the middle of a transaction? Matter of fact, let's just talk about verbiage, okay? Cracks in crawl space. Inspector recommends to hire a structural engineer for further review. That is the inspector doing CYA. What does a buyer do?
Freaks out.
Foundation's bad. He found a crack in the foundation. Well, and
$40,000.
yeah.
$40,000.
our method is to say, well, concrete cracks. There's going to be cracks. If they hold together, then it's not an issue. Oh, you're just a shyster. You're just trying to get the deal done. No, I'm not. I'm telling you the truth. Let's get a structural engineer to come out and look at it. Well, how much will that be? Probably $300. Well, I already spent $300 on an inspector. I'm out. This is just too stressful. Matter of fact, the market's crazy. I'm out. We'll revisit in 2 years after my aunt gets her license and I use her instead of you. Right? So the peace of mind, having this up front, having everything there, when it's not a hard thing to sell to a seller. It's not a hard thing to advise to a seller, let's do this. Let's maximize your profit. Let's get this done. Staging, same exact thing. Except it's really hard for an agent who's built a relationship and might be related to the seller to say, that picture of Mima is inappropriate. She's fallen out of that bathing suit and we need to take it down. I don't know why that's the example that popped into my mind. But
What is in your house, Jason?
I saw it in yours, Travis, the last time we sold for you. I went into one time, I kid you not. The walls were covered in fabric, quilted fabric. Weirdest thing, this quilted fabric, like buttons. What's that called? Okay. Yeah. It was the weirdest thing ever. And I'm walking through and I finally said, what's underneath those? And she said, painted walls. And I know the look on my face was just, why? Why? And then over the master bed was her. All of her. And I hear Bentonville. And I said, we're going to need to take that down. She said, absolutely not. I didn't get the listing. Like I went ahead and I was like, oh, the market was down and I need to feed my family. Let's see what we can do. I didn't get the listing. It was the wildest day of my life. Yeah. There's more to the story. She answered the door in a robe, an open robe, and didn't know I'd have someone with me that I was training. It was an eventful day. That could have been more eventful. Yuck, 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 yuck. Okay, so we do the same thing with staging. We're not the ones that have to say it then. We have a stager that will go for $50 for an hour to tell people what to do. Smith and Associates will front that, be reimbursed at closing by either the listing agent or seller. Y'all's choice. Make sense? Are you guys liking this?
Yes, very much.
Okay, awesome. Repairs, we're gonna help see through the repairs. Who has a better list of repairmen and services? Thank you. Than us collectively. Collectively, we've got any seller covered, any seller at all. So repairs, we're gonna get that done prior to listing the property. Have you ever been to Walmart and decided to pay full price or above price for an item that was broken? Let's fix it. Let's fix it before we sell it. Let's put a good product out. That is why you don't say things like carpet allowance upon closing, paint allowance upon, just print it. We're selling it, right? It freaks me out. Facebook Marketplace is the prime example of this. You pull up a beautiful motorcycle and it says needs new battery. I can't even tell if it runs, and all it needs is a $50 battery. You can sell that thing if you put a battery in it. It's amazing what people put out there. We're not going to do that. Then we do photos of Matterport. Why do we wait until then to do photos of Matterport? Everything's done. Yeah, it might change. We don't want them out there on day one. It might change. Thursdays are our listing days. On the market on Thursday. What if your seller got up and left town for the weekend? And that house could just be open. And they don't have to be notified unless they want to of showings. If they want to be notified that showings are happening, great. But what if they just went out of town for the weekend? Matter of fact, if you're the agent that is the type to do this, which many are, many that we've met in our Ninja installations, why don't I just pay for a getaway for you guys? Why don't I just take care of that for you? Why don't I board your dogs? Why don't I just take care of that? Now, is that chopping away at your commission? Wrong. It is not.
You're gonna get a return on the investment for that kind of service.
You're gonna say it louder.
You're gonna get a return on the investment for that kind of service.
You did not say it louder. You just
Well, I said
repeated
more
it.
clearly. The exact same. It was probably more articulate than me.
You're
I
going,
don't remember.
you're going to get a return on your investment for that kind of service. Why don't I just put you guys up? Do you guys like, have you ever been to Big Cedar? They're like, are you kidding me? No. No, let's take care of you. Let's take care of you. Let's put you up. And you can come back Sunday night. I'll take care of Friday and Saturday night. And you don't have to worry about being here, cleaning up food mess between showings, things like that. Let's just get it done. What would you do if you were the seller?
Bye.
Bye. How about singing your praises? Absolutely. Absolutely. Now, we've taken all of this time prior to listing. Now, Thursday, it's time to put it on the market. What do we do Wednesday? You hit the neighborhood up and you hand out a beautiful pamphlet and you say, this is going on in your neighborhood. With the way the market has been, we anticipate heavy traffic. This pamphlet has my phone number on it. If anybody blocks your driveway, please let me know. Also, We have a time this weekend just for nosy neighbors to come look. Neighbors only and their friends. You're welcome to bring anybody that you like, but this is just for you guys. And it's during this time. There's information on the back of this pamphlet about what's going on in your neighborhood with value. If you have questions about how your house stacks up with that, let me know. Be happy to help you. And again, if anybody blocks your driveway, please call me. I'll take care of it. What a great thing to tell people so you're not just salesy, right? Here's great information, and we want to make sure you can use your driveway. Friday open house, Saturday open house, Sunday open house, Monday respond to offers. Have we maximized the potential to get more money? How much more? Probably thousands for them. How much does it cost you? Probably $1,000. Maybe $750. Depends on where you put them up, right? And depending on the house, may depend on where I put them up. I don't know. Big cedar, maybe for a $750 and up. I don't know. You know, that's something for you to think about and decide on. But guys, the days of I'm spending money on photos, well, so is everybody else. And it's really cool to me that the differentiation between us and them is actually going to be work and effort. And I love that. I love that. I love that I'm not going to just put a sign in your yard and expect the best. I love that I'm going to help create the best through some effort and intelligence and work and service and being there for you. We're going to do that work on the front end. We're going to have a smooth closing with the maximum profit for you, because just like them, if there's a problem, they have to disclose it. We have a fiduciary duty. When we find out there's a better way of doing things for our sellers, we have a duty to do that, or we're not supposed to be doing this, right? What's best for you? This is what's best for you that we know of. So we do this. Well, doesn't that cost you an arm and a leg? Yep. Yep, it sure does. That's why we're the best. That's exactly what we want, is to knock it out of the park for you. Questions about this? I know many of you have seen this before. I want you to see it again.
For over 20 years, I've dedicated my life to bringing you the very best selling, marketing, and business building strategies to keep your business thriving. Get ready to experience the success you've been searching for. Welcome to the Tom Ferry Show. Hey everybody, welcome to the Tom Ferry Show, episode 62. Today, we're talking about arguably the hottest topic, which is how do we generate more listing opportunities from your mega open houses. So the National Association of Realtors declares this is like the open house month. Now, you and I both know there's two ways to do open houses. The sort of traditional way where I hope and pray to the real estate god that somebody shows up. And you know the strategy. You know, we put an ad in the local, newspaper, maybe through our company. And we hope and pray by putting out 2 or 3 signs that maybe, just maybe, somebody will show up, versus the Tom Ferry strategy, the mega open house, where I say, I know that this home is going to sell, whether it's right now or in the very near future. And when it does, there is going to be a tremendous number of listing opportunities right inside that community. And I want to turn like the vacuum cleaner on and suck all the listing opportunities out of the marketplace before anybody else gets a shot. So we do a mega open house. So to do that, we have basically the obvious event. So it might be 11:30 until 1 o'clock. And then the traditional open house goes from 1 until 4. During that time, we're going to invite all of the neighbors and all the people in your database, maybe all your best buyer leads, to come and join you, whether it's for lunch or lemonade. If you're my clients in Germany, it could be a beer. Like, it's entirely up to you. My clients in Australia, they're like, we're gonna do these like on Thursday night from 5 to 7 and serve like wine. Like, I love it. It's entirely up to you. If you saw last year's Tom Axe with Kyle Whistle, I think his topic was like beers and open houses and the after party of like an open house. It was crazy. But what we know is this, just like a broker preview, if you want agents to show up, you serve food, you know, you got some, you know, refreshments that when they show up, like, it's the experience of see the house, get a bite, and then get on to the next one, but get to know the market. The same rule applies in inviting the neighbors. So we're going to talk about 5 ways to drive traffic, mostly from the neighborhood and then to the avatar ideal buyer you're looking to attract. We're going to talk about 5 easy questions that you should be asking every person who walks through, and then 2 really cool bonus tips, things that our top clients are doing, our great coaches are doing, to not only make people as they're walking into this environment feel more comfortable, but also a way to capture potential seller leads or just capture leads in general. So let's go through it together, right? 5 traffic, 5 easy questions, 2 cool bonus tips. So let's talk traffic first and foremost. What we know is today, I mean, look, I know I'm walking out of the camera here. Like, we got to get them here, right? You got to get them here. What's up, JD Leonard, by the way, just sending me a text. So how am I going to get the local buyers in my marketplace and potentially the neighbors in the marketplace to know about this house digitally? Well, what we know is, first, record a short form video. And it could just be something as simple as this. You stand in front of the house saying, hi, it's Tom Ferry with Banana Real Estate. And I just listed this beautiful home right here at the corner of Hama Hama and Nana Nana. If you know anything about this community, this home is going to sell, and it's going to sell quickly because right here next to school A or B, or shopping of X and Z and 43 Starbucks, this charming 3-bedroom, 2-bath, you know, hasn't been on the market for almost 15 years, and it won't be on for long. I'm holding it open this weekend, both for the neighbors as well as the general public, between 11:30 and 1 for lunch, and then 1 to 4. If you'd like to join us, please let us know. Boom. And I shoot that simple little video, and then what am I going to do? I'm going to email that to my database. So let's say the mega open house is on a Saturday. It could be Friday afternoon, it could be Saturday, it could be Sunday. It's entirely up to you. You're going to send that at least 48 hours before to say, come join us. You're going to check your open rates. You're going to know how many people opened it. Are you going to ask them to make a reservation for lunch? Probably not. Just, hey, hit reply and let me know if you're going to join us. And you'll get a bunch of people that'll say, hey, sounds great. No, we're not interested. It's all good. What we want, though, is exposure, and specifically like our database and all the buyers you're currently working with that are looking for properties to know about this house. Number 2, I want to do a Facebook boost, like from your page, or you can actually run an ad. Either one is fine. I would be more inclined to run the ad because I want to do a Facebook targeted campaign to the specific avatar of buyers in that zip code. So let's say I'm in Corona Del Mar and I'm in, you know, property in the Flower Streets, right, in the village. And I say, so who buys in the village? Well, generally speaking, they're, you know, single or they're couples. They're 45 years old. They make, you know, $200,000 a year. Well, you know that on Facebook, I can go in and say, the only people I want to see this live in these zip codes already, live in these areas already, make this kind of money, single, married, kids, whatever you want, it's all there and available. My point is, you can target advertise specifically for 3 or 4 days before the open house, letting those people know that would be the avatar, the ideal prospect about this open house. I like that one a lot. Now, number 3, I want to door knock and invite the neighbors. So Sarah, I'm just going to grab a piece of paper over here, my little top secret folder, and I want you to imagine this. It's Thursday or Friday before. Knock, knock, knock. So knock, knock, knock. Hi, and I immediately hand them the flyer. I hand them the flyer. Ideally, price big, you know, photo of the house, price big. Hi, my name is Tom Ferry with Banana Real Estate. I hand them the flyer and say, I just listed your neighbor's home. It's hitting the market this weekend. We're gonna hold our first open house, and I'm inviting all the neighbors to come by and see the home before anybody else. Say goodbye to your neighbors and join us for lunch. Would you like to come with us? That's it. Just, would you like to come with us? I can think of the number of times that I've taught this in a seminar and had people come back and say, oh, Tom, I've done that mega open house. And when I go out and I like knock on the doors and I invite the neighbors, the neighbors love it, right? They like to, oh, we can see the house before everybody else. Oh, we're gonna have lunch. Can I bring my family? Like the answer is yes, come one, come all, and you'll see why in a minute. And then more importantly, they start saying, well, if that one's gonna, is that really gonna sell for that? And how much is my home worth? Can you come in and take a look around? These are the opportunities. Remember I said to you, we do mega open houses because we wanna suck like a vacuum cleaner, all of the opportunity, the listing opportunities around that property before anybody else is even thinking about it. And this is your shot. So I'm gonna door knock and invite the neighbors. I would have put out 20 to 30 signs. Now I know for my clients in New York City and La Jolla and Aspen, they're like pulling their hair out because there's no signs or it's vertical living. If you can put out 20 to 30 signs, put out 20 to 30 signs. If you're limited to 2 or 3, put out your 2 or 3. The point is this, if you don't have the limitation, here, don't have the limitation be the resource of I don't have enough signs, get more signs. I mean, what is the worst case scenario? You have 30 signs in the marketplace and somebody says, I see your signs everywhere. You're like, oh, darn it, I was trying to be a secret agent. I didn't want anybody to know. You want your signs everywhere. It's a really smart move. So 20 to 30 signs. And then obviously, if there's any company advertising you can do, being a part of their promotion, it's always a good idea as well. Now, here's my point. Video, email it out to everybody, all my leads, my entire database, Facebook boost, advertise it to people that are in that zip code or to your ideal avatar buyer. I like that a lot. Remember, we talked about that on the listing presentation as a degree of separation. Like I got the listing because I said, I know who's going to buy this house and I know how to reach them on Facebook. That's a good thing. Door knock, 20 to 30 signs, company advertising, and guess what? Between 11:30 and 1 o'clock, you're going to be busy. Now, people say to me, well, how much food do I get? I don't know, enough. Have you ever been to a party where the food ran out? I have. I've thrown that party. And it's a bad thing, but at the end of the day, no one really cares. Have enough food. Well, what if I have a bunch of extra food? I don't know. Donate it to people, give it away to people that need food, take it home. I don't care. Don't make that the issue, right? Don't worry about how much food. It's about having an experience when people walk in and they go, wow, because what they're doing is they're judging you and they're interviewing you based on how you set the experience up. And that's the game for these mega open houses. So let's go to some questions. Ready? Easy questions you should be asking every person when you meet it. Ready? So how long have you been searching for a home? Sarah, how long have you been searching for a home? Whoa, for like a month and a half, new in the process. 3 years, right? You know the range of people, but I want to know this. I also want to know what sites have you been going to? Oh, we've been all over Trulia. We like Redfin. I've got an agent that's sending me this MLS. Now, when you start hearing someone tell you that they're looking at all these sites and they've got agents, would you say that their level of desire is higher or lower? Would you say that they're newer in the process or pretty advanced in the process? You and I both know the answer. This is a great qualifying question. Then I want to ask number 3. So we found your ideal house, right? If you found your ideal house, now it's not on there, but when they say no, what do we ask? Well, can you tell me about your ideal house? And that's when you pull out your business card and you say, tell me about your ideal house. You want 4-bedroom, you want 8,000 square feet, you ideally like a pool, you want it to be near the park, everything that they want, right? Because that then leads me to, I see a lot of homes before they hit the market. Are you interested in knowing about these properties that are maybe off market or before they hit the market?
Don't lie.
Now, what happens in that?
Don't lie.
Yeah, right? That's a great little hook. And you're
It's a great hook.
I know.
Don't lie.
But maybe the 20% of you that have it, this is the game changer when you're sitting there. And then you ask the last question, by the way, do you guys need to sell a house before you buy the next one? Do you need to sell a home before you buy the next one? And in that case, again, I'm trying to figure out, just like with my neighbors, which I'm going to come back to, general public, when they're walking through, I want to know all of this. Now, let's talk about the neighbors for a second. I know, like in the old days, I'd say to people, you should do open houses. Oh, God, Tom, I don't like open houses. They have the looky-loo neighbors there. That was always, they want to walk around and say like, well, did you know that grandmother died in the bathroom? Like, is that going to be on the, like you hear all that stuff, or they walk through and they go, oh my God, look at this place. Or they say, hey, is this really going to sell for? See, I embrace the sellers. I tell my clients, no, you want the neighbors coming in and asking you all these questions. You want to warm them up, have some lunch, do some Q&A, find out what's going on. And when you're there, what's your intent? Your goal is to find 3 to 5 people that want to know the real value of their house, so you can add them into your follow-up campaign. And when that home sells and it sells for a premium and there's 8 offers on the property and 1 buyer's really happy and 7 others are crying in their soup because they wrote an offer on another house that they didn't get, you now have 3 to 5 neighbors in the community to say, Sarah, Taz, I have 5 other properties of people that are interested, right? But they're not 100%. Why don't I go to them with an offer? Let's go to them with an offer, right? Well, offer, I haven't seen the house yet. I understand, but let's go and let's see where their interest lies. And then of course we'll get in, take a look at the home, and we'll see if it all works out. If it works out, we could have a deal here. Like, that's the reality today, my friends. So we're doing these mega open houses to find all those neighbors in the marketplace, to find out who's interested in the value of their home, who's had any thoughts of selling, so we can win. And then when we meet everybody else, it's all those normal questions. So here's my 2 little bonus, right? My 2 little cool bonus things. Big shout out to Coach Eileen Rivera, who is been a client and a friend for, my goodness, I'm gonna say 24, 25 years. Extraordinary agent from Long Beach, California. You saw her on the Tom Ferry Show. We did an interview with her on geographic farming. I was perusing some of our private Facebook pages, and she's always doing these innovative things. And this is something I saw recently. So Taz, take a look at this. This is the best sign I have ever seen at the front door of her open house. So look at the picture, it's probably a little bit larger than that. Maybe, I'm guessing by the photo, it's 3.5, 4 feet high, right? So it's it's like to here, and it says, welcome to my open house. Look around, ask questions, see yourself living here, fall in love, make an offer, the Rivera Group. And it's right at the front door. So as soon as you walk in, like, I know what I'm here to do. Like, it's very, welcome to my open house. Look around, ask questions, engage with me, right? Engage with me. See yourself living here, fall in love, make an offer. Boom. See, sometimes it's just the little things. It's the little things, right? By doing the little things that make you stand out, that separate you from the competition. The fact that they showed up, and if they're neighbors, there was food there, or there was 20 or 30 signs out, that they see that you're doing so much more than everybody else, that you're not the shadow agent hiding in the back of the house, but you're standing in the foyer saying, hi, my name is Eileen. Very nice to meet you. Tell me, do you live in the neighborhood? Like, how long is looking for a home? What sites you looking at? Like, we engage with people in a positive way. So I love this. Now, a lot of my clients are saying, Tom, when I'm there, and whether I'm meeting with the neighbors or potential buyers of that property, we all have seller capture sites, whether it's through geographicfarm.com or any other site that you would use, right? But we have a vehicle now to give people the value of their home and capture their information. How are you using that at your open house? How are you using it? So here's what I'm telling my clients. I say to them, go ahead and have made a retractable banner. Like, if you've been to a Tom Ferry event or any event, right? But these banners, zip, we open them up and it says registration, arrow that way, come to Summit, it's over there. These retractable banners, $150, $200, maybe, depending upon art and color. But what if you have this retractable banner that, I want you to imagine it's this tall, right? So I'm 6 foot, almost 6'1". So maybe it's like almost 7 feet tall. You take this thing out, it says curious about your home's real value. And we got a little graph that's showing this. This also could be like, photos of houses, right? Houses, and the dollar amounts are clearly going up. Simply type in your address, and below that, you got a little table. And on that table, what do you have? 2 iPads, 3 iPads, opened up directly to your seller landing page. And all they have to do is type in their address, 54 Banana Street. Boom, enter. Oh, yes, Tom and Kathy Ferry. Yes, that's my house. Boom, valuation. I see it. And what are we really doing? We're capturing potential sellers. We're finding out who they are. We now have them in our drip campaign. This is a very low cost strategy for you to start attracting potential sellers while you're doing your open house. Now, I did have somebody say to me recently, oh my God, Tom, if I had those iPads sitting there in my neighborhood, they would steal them. And my response was like, I don't know, maybe you should like sell houses somewhere else. Like, I don't know. I don't know. But do what Apple does. Like Apple has them all like, you know, to like a wire or a chain or whatever. I mean, if that's what you have to do that. But don't have that stop you from capturing potential seller leads while you're doing your open house. That could just be sitting in the corner. Listen, here's what's coming soon. You know what's coming soon. Like, I read the book Bold, B-O-L-D, by Peter Diamandis. Extraordinary book about exponential growth and where everything is going. I'm fascinated by this, by AI technology and just all these cool things. Like, here's what's going to happen in the future. I'm going to walk into your open house and a robot is going to roll up to me and say, hello, welcome to, and it's already going to probably just scan my face, pull up my Facebook profile and say, hello, Tom, is Kathy, Michael, and Steven with you today? Like, that's what's coming.
I hope
and I
not.
have people stopping me and saying, I'm not sure if I can put an iPad, you know, at my appointment. I'm not sure if on my open house. So play with me. It's April, May. This is the time. Big shout out to my friends at Berkshire Hathaway, Georgia Properties. They had something like 350 open houses in the month of March and killed it. They had billboard signs, Facebook ads running everywhere, thousands and thousands of people through, thousands of seller leads captured because they just took this on and said, we're just going to do it, not just as an individual like you, but as an entire company. So for anybody that's watching, big shout out to that group, pretty extraordinary. So stop, think. You're going to spend 3, 4, 5 hours at an open house. Why not maximize the opportunity? Don't do another open house where you sit in the back of the house, turn the football game on, and hope and pray that somebody shows up. And you know, you get that weird, odd person walking through the house every now and then. Like, let's make it a party. Let's make it an event because they're judging you and watching you and assessing, are you the agent of choice? And you can be that agent every time. Strategy. So thanks so much for watching. Remember always, your strategy matters. And now more than ever, your ability to crush your open houses absolutely rules. Take care. Thanks for watching. If you love what you're seeing here, then click the button below to join our.
Who remembers the statistic of how many people going through an open house have a home to sell? Anyone? 65. 65% of people going through an open house will need to sell before they buy. They're trying to figure out if they're interested in doing this or not. It's a big deal. Your open house is more likely to bring a seller than a buyer. It's an interview. It's a big deal. It's a big deal. I'm not going to show you that today because we're running out of time. Don't forget Thursday, Keith, Jeff, Blake, Eric, and Jeff, we're getting together for cigars and whiskey. And that'll be at Open Doors off Rolling Hills Drive. So well, I do need to go over something real quick. Of course, if we are going to put something into play for a pre-list, we need to have an agreement for that. This is that agreement. And let's see, nope. So I'm going to read this with you quickly. Inspecting a home and completing the advised repairs will maximize profits for a seller and help ensure a smooth transaction to closing. Smith & Associates is proud to offer to pay for this service and be reimbursed at closing by either the listing agent or seller. Because of the volume of inspections ordered by our company and knowing the good job certain companies do, we will only offer this if our approved inspectors are used. This saves money through our bulk discount and ensures the best service we have found available. Please initial stating you understand the following. The inspection may provide a list of items I'm currently unaware of. Finding out about defects means I will have to disclose those to potential buyers. Defects found now would most likely be found by an inspector later and could compromise the likelihood of a smooth closing after I'm under contract. I agree to make sensible repairs based on the inspection report provided. I agree to provide receipts for those repairs to help market our home. I agree to allow Smith and Associates to share the results of the inspection with potential buyers, prospective buyers. I understand having a market-ready home with an inspection and proof of repairs can help maximize the profit price of my listing by giving prospective buyers confidence in what they are purchasing. I agree to pay for the inspection upon closing or termination of our listing agreement. Smith and Associates will provide the invoice for proof of price. We have where the listing agent can sign or where the seller can sign. Sound good? Any questions? You guys like it?
Love it.
Yeah?
Love it. And I've done this before with listings, and when it comes to multiple offer situations, some people will be willing to waive an inspection in that time frame because they've already got peace of mind that these things were found and these things are taken care of, and we can just put in the offer and accept it that way.
Awesome. Awesome. Any other thoughts?
As a general contractor, this is definitely why it's nice to have it organized.
Good.
So that I could. present it better, but I've basically done stuff like this, but, you know, kind of off the cusp, but not.
Yeah.
It's organized.
Good, good,
Would
good.
would this be something that you would, you know, as you're preparing to go live on the house, you would indicate pre-inspection has been completed, and this will be, you know, all buyers are welcome to.
In the
review
listing.
review the.
Absolutely. Inspection reports attached, copy of receipts attached for repairs. Absolutely. Absolutely bring it up in the listing. Yep. Same type form will be available for the stager, the 1 hour staging. I haven't made it yet. So those will all be available. And I think that this is going to get us to next level, which we continue to try to do. Just continue to try to push to next level. Are you going to use that on every listing? It's up to you. That's up to you. But I do know highest and best practice is to do something like this to offer above and beyond. And if they say, we just need to get this on the market and go, that's up to them. That's up to them. So we're doing things to maximize profit and justify our price. Without that, we're just like anybody else. We don't differentiate. And that it's hard to build value when you don't differentiate. Crest or Colgate, same thing. I don't care. It's toothpaste. My dentist approves. What do I care? I stand at that wall of toothpaste just bewildered every time. I'm just like, how in the world are there this many? Anyway, we don't want that for our industry. We want to stand out. Any other thoughts, questions, concerns? Bentonville? Happy and all for it?
Think we're good?
All right. That's all I got then. I hope you guys are excited about this. I am. I think it's a great new thing. So that's all I got, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye-bye.